What the fuck? Oh, you can't curse in the first second of a YouTube video.
Replace the F word with a different word.
Why the flub did you click on this? Are you flubbing kidding me?
It's so stupid.
Why did you?
Why the flub did you do
click
that?
on a podcast?
A Discord podcast, nonetheless.
It's really.
What
are you
really
playing?
silly.
Call of Duty Black Ops
really
6,
silly.
and it just came up on your home feed,
really
and you were like,
silly.
"Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah, second monitor podcast. That's what they say.
It's just two white guys in a Discord
Bunch
call.
of idiots.
Hey, the title and thumbnail didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
You said,
nope.
But you knew.
It had nothing to do with what you're watching. It was some weird stuff. Weird S word. SHIT.
Some weird flub.
And you're just here being a
Are we
doomsday.
past the amount where I can curse on a fucking podcast now?
I think you needed like another minute, but who cares?
What is the YouTube rule? I was trying to bring this up at work, which is so funny because I still don't bring up this YouTube channel.
Nobody knows what the rule is.
Yeah. Well, no, they came out with a rule like 8 months ago that had like a number associated on it. They're like, yeah, you can't monetize videos with like cursing in the first like 8 seconds or 18 seconds, something like that. Whatever it was like under a minute, I thought.
Can you imagine not cursing like in the first 8 seconds of your video?
I fucking can't.
Dude, you know what?
Imagine if
I had a huge like moment the other day where I remembered. Welcome to the episode 50 of the podcast. We're at episode 50 of the podcast.
Oh yeah, this is a very special episode that we didn't plan for.
So I'm going retroactively. I'm going to throw in some automatically generated Windows. What is it? Video editor, like the one that comes with Windows 10.
Windows Movie Maker.
It's not Movie Maker anymore. It might be.
Oh, did you ever use Movie Maker?
A bunch. But what I'm doing here is I'm just going to randomly drop a few generated videos with our.
Are we using AI?
Is it AI? Kind of. It's just going to be our clips.
I have no clue. So it's going to play our clips.
It's going to play our clips.
Will it be displayed as your video to me?
I haven't made them yet.
Oh, so you're just going to put in a clip. I won't even see them.
Yeah, you'll see it later.
Show.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be like a clip show.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money.
And I'm just gonna throw random files in it, and just hope that something good comes out of it.
Put something disgusting right here.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, "It's better than yours." Damn right, it's better than yours.
You got two things already on the screen, so we're good actually. But I had a crazy moment.
About before?
I had a crazy moment, right? You ever hear I
remembered something.
It was on TikTok. You ever hear something like a sound like a specific cartoon, a dialogue or music or something that hits a note in your brain, and you're like, holy shit, I can recite this whole thing, but I haven't thought about it in 15, 20 years.
Maybe not a cartoon. Maybe like music.
Check this out. I look crazy. Dude, I'd suck dick.
Oh, did you see Donald Trump doing that today?
No.
He was like,
are you sucking dick?
I'm going to send you. Yeah, I'm going to send you a video. Hold up.
So anyway, I was on TikTok, and it was one of those TikToks that you find that have 2 likes and 0 comments and no views, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a guy going.
Just sent in host chat.
Thank you. It was a guy saying the South Park line, "Fuck you, Kyle." Fuckity, fuck. You remember that? Remember that specific line from South Park?
I couldn't recite it from memory, but I know what you're talking about.
I can't recite it exactly from memory, but if I hear it, I can almost exactly say what Cartman says in that thing. I haven't heard that in 10, 15 years. I forgot it existed. Looking back, it's cringe as fuck. Just swearing that much.
Yeah.
But that blew my mind. And that happened with that. And I was, it was a little longer ago, but actually the game, I 100%ed Mario this morning, finished it. Finished it. Paper Mario.
Every Mario?
No, Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door remake for Nintendo Switch. Idiot, of course. But I had that same moment with, because the original came out in like 2004, 5, or 3, I don't know, something like that. And I played it, but I was not very good at games, so I could not get far. But all the music from the first like chapter or so was like I could play in my head like to a T, because I would just walk around the hub area not knowing what to do for hours as a kid.
What do you think episode 100 is going to be like?
We won't prepare for it.
Do you think we'll have another viewer?
Maybe we'll have another podcast host, but no, not another viewer.
Fair enough.
Who are we hiring?
Well, we're hiring a janitor. So
for that shit behind me, yeah, my room's a mess.
Yeah, we can't be trusted to clean after ourselves. So if you have experience, if you know anyone, let me know. We're hiring someone to write our descriptions, because we never do that ever. And I don't know, Ben. You could throw on a little fun hire.
I was gonna hire Tristan and say that it was like for thumbnails, but actually just get like hand jobs.
Well, Tristan's like that's like a real hire. That's like that's like a real. That's like he's like a genuinely talented individual.
Yeah, but I don't want to use his talent. I just want him to give us hand jobs. I don't really care about the talent.
Probably would.
Yeah,
he has a girlfriend now. Do you know that?
I did not know that. Would he still give us hand jobs? You think?
I don't know. I think he has to ask now.
Just kind of the
downside of.
Let me message him. When I give him send him a message.
I feel bad. Actually, I talked to him earlier today. And I was like coming back from lunch, and I was short with him a little bit. I was like, what do you want? Because I knew he's telling him I was doing the podcast, and then his like internet went out, and I was like, oh, I feel bad.
I know the poor. I guess the internet in Hawaii is just dog shit, because it just got to be dog shit. So I'm saying, hey, I'm on the podcast right now. Just wondering if we hired you
full time
as a podcast
in parentheses
host.
No overtime.
Okay, that's a great idea. Okay. No,
because Trump's trying to not tax that now, and we want to give our money to the government. So
you full time, no overtime as a podcast host, and used your abilities and said
to jerk us off.
We were going to have you make thumbnails, but actually just wanted hand jobs. Would that be cool?
Can you do like the little nerdy emoji?
Had a
thumbs
girlfriend, so nerd.
Yeah, nerd emoji.
Thumb. Finger. I did the wrong way. Finger. Hey, I'm on the podcast right now, and I'm wondering if we hired you full time, no overtime, as a podcast host, and said you were going to have you make thumbnails, but actually just wanted hand jobs, would that be cool? I heard you had a girlfriend, so.
Send.
Hey, that's what I said.
Cool.
Oh God, he's gonna be like, yeah. He's just gonna have like the most chill answer, like, oh yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, he's probably like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as I can still surf.
As long as I can still surf, and
Dude, I got a news article this morning that a surfer in Hawaii got like their leg ripped clean off by like a shark.
Oh, by a shark.
Yeah, and it was like being very nondescript about the surfer, and I was in my mind, I was like, this could be Tristan. I was like, there's a non-zero chance, because like I hadn't talked to him yet in the day at all, and I was like, he fucking told me he was going surfing like a couple days ago, and here's an article saying a guy in Hawaii got his leg ripped clean off. But it said later in the article he was 61 years old, so it clearly wasn't. But I'm also like, really, 61 years old and
surfing? That's sick. No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm happy for that guy. I have a funny.
Well, I'm not. He got eaten by a fucking shark.
Well, I'm happy that he's gonna get back on that. He can't really hang 10 anymore, can he?
He hang 5, bro.
So I had a weird situation this morning. I was talking to my brother. We hang out every Saturday morning, pretty much. I mean, my younger brother oftentimes just sleeps in and then joins at like 2, and we're hanging out at 10:30. Regardless, I'm talking to my older brother Chris, and we're just having a normal conversation. I'm like, "Oh, how's life? How's the dog? Doing all that? Doing that whole nine." And
Oh my.
and he goes, how does he say it? He's like, did you hear about that guy in Madison Square Garden and at that Trump rally where the guy said that Puerto Rico is a floating pile of trash?
Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe, yeah.
Yep. And I said, oh yeah. That guy seems like an idiot or whatever. Whatever. And he goes, yeah, I was there. And I was like, okay, go ahead, because he's not a Trump supporter at all. But he has.
Does he live in New York?
No, he lives in Connecticut. But he has a friend. He has a friend who I guess has a conservative MAGA leaning podcast that just invited him, and he's like, yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be fun. So he just went.
I almost did that. Have I ever said on here that I was almost at January 6th?
I know people that were.
Did you really? Do you really?
Mm-hmm. They didn't.
Or did they get
they didn't
arrested?
storm the Capitol, but they were there on January 6th.
Well, I got I got a lot of connections out in Maryland, and one of my friends at the time was he was trying to like make a bunch of like YouTube content, and he was like way more like right leaning than I am. So he was like keened in to like the whole like, hey, we're gonna protest the like them certifying the election or whatever on January 6th. Like it was like a Facebook event.
Okay.
Like literally, like he found it as like a Facebook event. And it was like, oh yeah, Donald Trump's gonna speak, and we're just gonna like go protest it or something. And he wanted to like just film a bunch of people, kind of like all gas no brake style.
Oh man, on the
thing,
street,
like Andrew Callahan. Yeah. And there was a brief moment where we were trying to like brainstorm like separating ourselves. I'm like, what if we dressed up like babies and went around interviewing people? It was weird. Either way,
that would be
it got
so
as far.
Funny. That would be so.
Yeah, we were
funny.
going to like get big diapers and just go around with a Donald for like no reason. It had like no political leadings. We were just going to look weird and interview people. But it got to the point where we were like shopping for flights. This is like maybe like 2 to 3 weeks before it happened. And so like I just I forget. I think it must have been like a money thing. Like it was just like too expensive too quickly for me to like go out there. But like it was to the point where I was seriously considering going out there and making this video with him. Well, fast forward to the day, and I don't think I need to recap what happened to anyone, but I definitely know I'm the type of person to where like. Because let's be real, like the first people that pushed in there were like fighting a bunch of people, but beyond that first push, people were just walking in. Like you saw the videos of like in the middle, like, they were just like casually strolling in.
Yep.
If I was there with a camera and the door was just open, I could very easily see myself just being like, oh, when am I ever going to see this again?
That's exactly the thing. That's why a lot of people got arrested. I feel like I would be subject to the same curiosity and get arrested.
I would 100% be. And then I'd have to like explain it to this day. You know what I mean? I'd have to like be on here like I was arrested for January 6th.
But it was for fun. I was just having fun.
Yeah. And it's like in the future, like trying to explain it to an employer. It's like, no, you don't understand. I was in a diaper. I was there as a baby, making fun of it,
and it's all on camera, and you can see it. I'm not doing anything wrong. That shit was kind of crazy.
Do you think I would have been the next? Do you think I would have been like akin to like the January 6th shaman, like the guy that wore all the headdress and face paint and shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You'd have been famous.
Do you think I would be like that level of?
Yeah, I think so.
Notable from that. He's from Arizona too.
It makes perfect sense. My hair has so much volume. It's actually crazy. Anyway, it looks fucking nuts. I want to have it less volume almost. It's to some level because it looks like crazy. Okay, so I'm so not clued into like current events, and I haven't been forever. I don't like it. It
watch the video I sent you, and that'll catch you up to speed.
It depresses me to stay in touch with like such heavy topics.
Oh wait. I don't mean to keep derailing you, but there's a Biden. Do the Trump thing. Did you see the Biden eating the baby?
We tweeted about it.
Oh, did we?
Check Twitter. I tweeted about that.
Did you see the second video where he puts the foot in the baby's foot in his mouth?
I don't know. Go on Twitter. I made a banger tweet, dude. I'm so happy you didn't know about this, and I can see your live reaction.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I laughed so hard when I made it. It's because it's not even that funny. It's just like,
yeah, I know.
It's just preposterous.
Hold on, I gotta send you the So the first video is Trump, and it'll catch you up to date on the Trump news. This next one is going to catch you up to date on all the Biden news.
Should we watch them live?
Sure.
All right. Oh, first time. My Discord didn't crash. Let's watch Biden eat a baby.
Why did he do that?
The mom was even like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh, yeah, thanks. And then this is the Trump news. This is the Trump news. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Whoa. I thought it was going to be like subtle. I thought it was going to be like a subtle like dick sucking motion.
Yeah, this is obviously removed from its context. This is just the quickest one I found. I had saved it from its original reply. This is today though.
That's wild.
Or yesterday.
That's wild. That's out of this fucking. That is out of this universe wild. I don't know which one is more important to me.
You can find a longer version of it somewhere.
I'm gonna need a longer version. Do you see his dumpy, bro? Oh, how did the stream go? Don't show me this again. It went great.
His gat.
Anyway, his gat. But what I was gonna say is I'm not clued into current events at all. It makes me sad to hear about the bad things happening. And I remember I didn't know what was going on when George Floyd was murdered. I had no idea what was going. I was like, oh, there's a riot. I don't know why. I know very small details. And
I would have loved for you to be in the towns they were burning. And you were like, why? What's going on? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Guys, chill out. At the time, all of my coworkers lived right near there. So that's kind of how I learned what was going on, to be honest. So I with that said, when January 6th was happening, I had no idea what was going on. I think people were talking in the politics chat in Discord. In my Discord, and I had no idea what was going on, and people were like, "Oh, this is so shitty. They shouldn't be doing this." And I'm like, "Bro, this seems just." I had zero context. I was like, "Isn't this just the George Floyd stuff, but for conservatives?" Because I was like, "Oh, they see him losing as kind of like an equivalent thing." Trump losing as a kind of an equivalent, or this election being stolen as an equivalent thing, is it not the same thing? Yeah, I had no idea what the fuck was going on very clearly. And I still don't. Yeah, that's an interesting take.
I still don't. I mean, I only use Twitter to make funny Biden tweet and make fun of Elon Musk. I fucking hate that idiot. I've been using Blue Sky. Blue Sky is awesome. Blue Sky is awesome.
I got to get on Blue Sky. I have the. Did you were able to log into the Regurgitated account?
I know. I didn't even. I think I did, but I actually just wanted to follow it. But I love Blue Sky, and I've been tweeting on Blue Sky from a personal account, which I haven't had a personal social media besides, I guess, YouTube and Discord. My first tweet 8 days ago was the word Pokemon.
And what happened?
I got one like. Let's see who liked it.
It's more than usual.
Salva Rivas liked it.
Hell yeah! Shout out Salva. Pop her picture up here.
It's a picture of a dog. And then
that's fine.
And then I tweeted Elden Ring video because my name is Ben Pack from Elden Ring video. And then I tweeted, I blue skied, I think I'm going to try to shit myself. and then there was this, which I'm just going to show. Who cares? Does not include nudity. How do I make it show? How do I show it? I want to see it. It's a picture of this guy's balls, pretty much. And I said, I like this app more than Twitter now. And then I said, Elon Musk should buy this app.
What is your user experience with it? You see a lot of funny stuff or informative stuff
I'll tell you what I see. Then I said, I realized that I'm tweeting a lot about Twitter. I said, where did all of the slurs go? I thought this was supposed to be like Twitter. And then I tweeted again, Twitter users will believe this is real. I just tweeted this.
I tweeted the screenshot.
My feed is like Pokemon anti-Trump, which I'm a big fan of. This person says, I want to move out of my parents' house so bad.
Here's the thing. I don't mind seeing pro-Trump stuff. I don't mind seeing either of them. It's just the inundation.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
With
it's
like the craziness on X is just like too much now.
My favorite part of Blue Sky is just art. There's just like a bunch of art. There's this little anime girl. There's this this sexy panther. Like, it's awesome. I love this app.
Pretty cool.
I love this app. I'm a big fan of Blue Sky.
I'll get on Blue Sky. I find it's funny too. I made our account when it was still like invite only.
Yep.
I like got the little exclusive hookup and everything too, and I made the account and I just never touched it. I don't even think there's a profile picture on it. I think I just made the login and left it.
I loved Twitter for way too long, and I hate Twitter.
I hate it too, but I still use it every day.
Same thing. I hate it, but I use it every day, and I'm done with it. I'm over it.
Reddit, at least I was like, I used to use Reddit every day. Now I log into my Reddit account like once every like 2 to 3 weeks for like one specific thing, and then I'm done with it. Like, I don't man Reddit at all anymore.
I fucking hate Reddit. I've always hated Reddit because they made fun of me when I was making YouTube videos and I looked for feedback. They would be like, you guys need to be funnier. It's like, fuck off. Kill yourself. Sorry. Anyway.
Well, to be fair, our YouTube comments aren't really much better. Yeah.
But I heard I heard from a little baby boy, a little very handsome baby boy, that you were playing the new Black Ops.
Yeah. So honestly, it's kind of funny. I mean, I know it's like a basic guy game, but you know, I've fallen off the video game wagon for quite a bit. Haven't really been in any new games, just kind of doing the old Madden leagues with the old man and some friends and just playing some random whatever casual games just to pass time by while I get work done. But then Super Mario Party Jamboree came out. Me and my friends been having a lot of fun in Super Mario Party Jamboree. I brought it over to Megan.
Right?
Yeah. And then I brought it over to Megan and we played some Mario Party with my girlfriend. It was pretty cool. And then Black Ops 6 came out and I just prestiged today because it's double XP weekend.
Congrats, bro. I'm sorry for taking you away from it. I'll say this now. I'll say this now. I did offer, and I was okay. If you had a capture card, I was okay with you recording it. I said that before we started. I would have been happy for you for that to be your face cam.
Yeah, no, it's it's a Call of Duty game, but it's a pretty good one at that. And I personally like the Treyarch game.
Do you think you'd buy it if you didn't have Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and this one's quite an exception too, because I don't usually like buy a lot of games anymore. But this one, even like when I was watching the trailers for it, something I can't even put my finger on it. They didn't even really do anything where I was like, this is the moment. But like, I just felt it. You know what I mean? I got the vibes. The vibes were just good all around. I could tell there was a level of effort put into the game. And I was like, fuck it. And I really enjoy it.
I heard the zombies is really good. I don't know about anything else.
Zombies is good. Multiplayer is great. Campaign so far, the story I think is kind of dog shit, but I have a lot of fun in the campaign. But I'm kind of having a glitch right now where it crashes on me.
Great.
So while it's double XP weekend, I'm not going to finish the campaign. I'm going to just grind out stats. And then when that's done, I'll find a way to play campaign. And then also, too, as a note, I do want to play the Starfield DLC at some point. But it's like $30, and I think that's too much. So, and
it's not included in Game Pass.
No, I think it's like
DLC
5% off. It's like 5 or 10% off with Game Pass or something like that.
So, I had a.
I'm kind of waiting for like Black Friday, if that makes sense.
I had a thought today about Game Pass. I have the ability to get Game Pass, but I don't want to use the Microsoft Store. That shit suck ass, my brother. I mean, if it's free or not, the Microsoft Store suck butt. Or free, I played Sea of Thieves initially on Game Pass because it was like, well, you to get the $1 a month or whatever. You
want to link to Steam?
I would much rather do have something like that through Steam, but Steam would never. I don't think Steam would ever do a Game Pass type thing. Maybe, but I envy that you play on a console and you have the ability to have Game Pass. That just seems like the life. If you like,
Game
especially
Pass
if you're
is
a
so
huge
nice.
gamer, yeah.
Because no, it's perfect for me specifically because it's funny because I think like a lot of people assume Game Pass is for like on the surface you're like that's for like a hardcore gamer, a guy who just wants to like play a lot of video games. For me, it's the opposite. It's more of just like I like a lot of the Microsoft games like Halo, Call of Duty with Activision now. Even like Madden and shit like that, you eventually get for free because they're partnered with EA Play. Like you don't get them at first, but like when the NFL season's like over, that at that point they give you like last year's for free, so you just have to play a year behind essentially. But it's like I don't know, you pay like a low fee. I haven't like bought a new game in like 2 years. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, new Halo's coming out. Like, oh, I don't got to worry. New Black Ops 6 came out. I didn't do anything. It was just on my Xbox.
Mhm.
It was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I just woke up and I was like, oh, it's out. I did not have to think about it any more than that. I mean, I know what my subscription fee is, but I pay for the Ultimate one too, so it gives my Xbox Live in. So I have it on PC, Xbox, and it pays for my Xbox Live, and it just all works. This must be how Apple users feel in like their ecosystem, because like it's like they announce Call of Duty, and then I get the Call of Duty, and then I play it, and I don't pay any more money. I don't think about it any extra. And then if I get bored of the game, like if I really am like, oh, I'm bored, I have no more games to play, there's a fucking 200 on there for me to just try out. And if I don't like it, fuck it, whatever.
That's
like
right.
it's to me made it a better like casual gaming experience because the games I care about, I don't have to worry about. And then I just have a massive library of other games I would have never spent money on if I'm ever just kind of bored.
No, that's like if you are an Xbox, if you are an Xbox gamer, that sounds so stupid. If you are an Xbox user, definitely the way to go. I mean I don't even know how do like the companies make. What do they make? How do they make money? How do the developers make money?
I'm pretty sure that Microsoft is operating this at somewhat of a loss, if not breaking even.
At least for now. I mean, the idea is that you forget.
I don't know this, but I think that they're aiming to like either transition a large part of their business model in general to like games as a service type thing. It's why like they floated the idea of like Halo being on PlayStation and stuff like that kind of recently. And they're just trying, I think they're just trying to they had this idea, realized not a lot of people were doing it effectively and at scale, thought they could try to get a lot of the market share and then potentially transition a part of their business into like games as a service thing.
Yeah.
What's funny too is everyone else is trying to do that.
Yep.
Like it's the whole thing with like people complaining about like the rights you own all of your digital media. Like, oh, when you buy a game on PlayStation now, you don't actually own the game. You just get the license to play the game, and they can do whatever they want with it. Blah 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 blah. Microsoft kind of geniusly decided like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna lean into it super heavy. Like, yeah, you don't own jack shit.
Yep.
But you get everything you want.
Yeah.
So deal with it, you know? And it's kind of based, kind of works.
It's super based. I think the last time I looked, I think it was $7,000.
But they have increased prices once before though. So I have a funny feeling that, once it gets to scale, they're going to increase them again.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I have two things to say. First thing is the idea about for subscription like this is that you're supposed to forget about it and just Microsoft is just supposed to be leeching money. I think that's the end goal. They just want you to forget. You can give them however $10 a month. What is it?
There's different tiers to it. I pay for Ultimate, which is $15 a month, but I get Game Pass for PC, Xbox, and it pays for my Xbox Live, which was previously like $10 a month anyways.
Yeah, so they're just hoping that you pay your whatever $15 a month and forget about it over a long period of time. You don't use their services and you just give them money.
Also, like I'm sure that they have like they pay developers out per usage somehow too. Because let's be honest, I'm not playing those 200 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I have the main games. I have the Halo, the Call of Duty, the Madden, all that shit loaded on my Xbox. And then like maybe once every, couple months, it's like I'll download fucking random indie game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, at that point, I'm sure they're like, okay, this guy's Xbox downloaded this indie game and played it for 5 hours. Let's pay that developer out for like however percent of the game that is,
I'm sure they
for that month.
I'm sure they make some money on it, the developers. I just can't imagine. They definitely don't make the money that they're making for selling, X amount of copies. But I will say,
well, I don't know. They're striking all these deals too. I mean, like again, from Activision's perspective, they just got straight up bought out. You know what I mean? It's like, can you make much more money than that?
Yeah.
It's like now, as long as I get my salaried paycheck coming in, I guess it doesn't really matter how much money we're making. Well, as a like IC level employee, right? Not like obviously you could be managing them, whatever.
My Steam account is worth about $7,000, I think. Right?
True.
I have,
and you'll never have to pay to play those games again.
Well, that's not true. That's $7,000 in licenses.
Yeah, you don't technically own
I don't know any. That is $7,000 that any day could just shoof, and I can't do anything about it.
True.
Which that's why I kind of
like
like
this. Permanently alter in a way that you don't agree with.
Yeah, and that's why I think the subscription model is probably better. Probably better on a
because
user
I feel
base.
like it's more honest. You know what I mean? Like that was what I was trying to say earlier. Is like everyone was already on this whole argument of like you don't technically own your games, and there was a camp of people that cared vehemently about it and were really irked by it. And there's a camp of people where they're just like, I don't care as long as I can play whatever game. And even though one of those sides was kind of winning more and more over time, there's still always this like underlying sentiment of like, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
So for Microsoft to kind of rip the Band-Aid out and go, actually, you don't own anything, but we're going to make it a good experience. It presents more problems because you then wonder like, okay, well, you're going to jack the prices up at some point, blah, 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 blah. How are you making money off this? But just in general, it's like, well, I kind of like respect that a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I know what I'm buying going into that. Like, I don't feel misled about it in any way,
From my camp, I really like buying physical games.
But I'm the same way with music sometimes too. I just don't have a lot of space for it anymore.
Well, as a PC gamer, I'm kind of fucked because I can.
I kind of stopped doing that.
I can buy a PC game, but it won't be on Steam. I mean, maybe I can connect it to Steam, maybe, but it won't. But it won't be on Steam. I can't download it on my Steam Deck. And play it on there. You don't have
the Steam library, Steam Workshop.
Yeah, so I mean, it sucks a little bit, but like
that was why I bought Master Chief Collection. To technically, I own. Let me think about this. I might own 4 copies of MCC technically because I bought it definitely on the Xbox One. I might have it on disc and digital. Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. Okay, I know what it is now. So I bought MCC on disc. I also have it on Game Pass for the Xbox.
Okay.
I have it on Game Pass on my PC too because I have Ultimate. So I have it on my PC.
Have it on Steam.
But you can't. Yeah, but you can't mod it. So I bought it on Steam.
Yep.
So I technically own 4 different licenses of MCC.
Some of the greatest games of all time.
What's funny is I've yet to play a single mod on Master Chief Collection.
Oh, we definitely should do that.
I spent $60 in the Master Chief Collection just to never let it install.
Yeah. We have to do that, dude. We have to play a mod.
Update on what happened to me today. I lied to you a little bit too. I don't know why I did that, but I did burn the shit out of my hands. We had like pizza that's been sitting in the fridge for like 2 weeks. And I'm not a microwave my pizza guy. I wanted it crispy. So I threw it in the oven and it was like a pan with a wire rack. Does that make sense? There's a wire rack that sits in the pan. So it's not directly sitting in the pan, so you get the heat underneath of it. Anyways, put the pizza in the oven, 500 degrees. I'm letting it rip for like 2 minutes and I'm going to take it out.
500 is too much. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. But, I wanted it like, and then like take it out. So I take it out with the oven mitts and everything just fine. The reason why I said cast iron, I don't know why I said it. I put it on a cast iron pan. I don't know why my brain just messaged cast iron. Either way. So I pick it up with the gloves, put it down on top of this other cast iron pan for some reason, just to like not burn the counter. I take the gloves off, and then with my bare hands, grab the wire rack that was just sitting in the 500-degree oven. I pick it fully up, and I just drop it.
Yeah, when you realize, when you feel the actual burning. Yeah.
Well, it burnt. The funny thing is, I've burnt my hand before and had it be awful. It felt like the most painful shit in my life for about 10 seconds, and then my hands just went numb. And that was honestly even scarier for a moment because I was like, I just can't feel out of my hands anymore. Like I messaged you on my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, I just burnt the shit out because I was like, in my brain, I was like, I'm gonna message Ben just in case I gotta go to like the hospital or something like that. Because I've never had it where I just couldn't feel for my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still a little numb, but they're kind of back.
Damn, dude,
It's
I was
more
gonna
like
say
on
you
the
should have
fingers, like over here.
should have tried J-O. You should have tried a J-O because it wouldn't feel like it's you. That
I
would
should
be
have tried the
great.
cream on it.
Yeah.
It's funny enough too. It's not even like really blistering either. It just went like my hand. I burnt it. Felt terrible for 10 seconds. Then I just lost all feeling in my hands for like an hour, and now it's just kind of like sore. It's really weird.
Dude, I had a situation when I went to work, and I might have told you about
And then I lost 2 slices of pizza also because I dropped it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
This must have been 2019. I every day I'd go to work and I'd bring a cup ramen. You okay? You gonna die?
Every day I go to work.
Yeah. I'd bring a cup ramen. Right, that would be my entire meal for the day, for the work day.
Way healthier than what I do.
Well, it's just a fuck ton of sodium. Like at some point, my stomach was just a rock.
Is it less sodium than going to Raising Cane's 5 days out of the week?
I don't know. Probably.
It's not Raising Cane's every day, but I go out to eat quite a bit at lunch, and I got to stop it.
Dude,
I work right by a Raising Cane's too.
My last 2 Raising Cane's runs weren't it, but I'll explain that later.
That was what I was saying. But okay, we'll come back to it. Remind me
on the burning hand, and then on the burning hands topic, I would bring the cup ramen, and they had a hot water that I could fill the thing with, so I didn't have to microwave it or anything. I just could just put hot water for tea. I don't see this one. I don't know. I was
doing Bobby Shmurda's hot N-word when you said hot water.
That's so funny. I would not have. It would have taken me years to make that connection. Years to make that connection if you did not tell me.
I probably butchered the actual dance, but the flipping of the hat, you get that.
And I was walking to my desk, making sure the water didn't come out. And I looked up for a second, and the water just poured down my hot, like boiling water poured down my hand. And I put it down, and I jumped like a little girl. I'll remake the jump.
Jump a little girl.
I was like this. I was like that because it hurt so fucking bad. I was also like 100 pounds lighter, so it didn't like my whole body didn't like jiggle when it happened. But anyway, so I have my hands burnt, like immediately starts turning red, like within like a few minutes. And I ask a friend of mine, I'm like, do you know if we have like burning stuff, like any like burning cream or anything? They didn't.
I do have burn cream. That's a great idea. While I'm listening to you.
Okay. And I was putting burn cream on it. Wasn't doing shit. My hand hurt for the next week. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you have burn cream. My hand hurt for the next week, all down here, right here. It was like an awkward spot too. It hurt like a bitch. And it actually, like, I don't want to say it's scarred, but it was clearly a different color for a long ass time. I also ripped a Beanie Baby out of a fire, and some of the melting beads hit me in the hand, and that hurt a lot too.
It's going to be weird to grab stuff for about 20 minutes because my hands are just going to be sticky with this burn gel. Ooh, and you know what's funny too? I didn't even really feel it that much, but now that I put the gel on it, it's like re-hurting.
Yep, that is what happened with the burn gel when I used it as well. It doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, it has lidocaine in it too, so I might re-numb my hands. It was why I bought it. I was in that trip I took to DC like a month or two ago. Funny enough, where I got this too. But I had this. I still have it actually. I have this fucking It's probably a little too low to put on camera. I don't know what it is. I have this like blemish on like my inner thigh, and I want to say it's like a boil, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's like this like dark red purple spot, and it's been on my leg for like 3 months now, and randomly it'll just inflame. Can't pop it. Sometimes it'll get pus in it a little bit. It'll like infect itself or something.
Is it?
But like I was
Is it a ingrown hair?
maybe, I don't know. I should probably go to a doctor. But what do I just go? I go walk into I go find a PCP and walk in and just tell them like, hey, look at my ass.
Isn't it your ass?
Well, you know what I mean. It's like down in here.
Yeah. Say, hey, I have a weird boil on nearly my asshole. Can you look at it? And they'll say, for
Not
sure.
that low.
They'll say, for sure. And then they'll like put their
Either
finger in
way,
your ass.
well, the thing is, it hasn't like hurt in like a month or two. It looks visible. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But, like before I went to this trip, it like re-inflamed like a bitch, and I had to like walk a shit ton, and I was like going out to concerts and shit. So I lidocained my whole fucking area up.
What happened? What did you? It must be an ingrown hair. That sounds like an ingrown hair to me. That shit can hurt. That shit hurts. You ever seen people like popping like ingrown hair things, and it's just like a long wait with super long hair?
I tried to pop it, but yeah, I've seen it.
But you gotta if you see hair coming out of it, pull tweet. See if you can
I don't
tweet.
see hair. I don't see hair coming out of it.
Maybe you just have
all
like
my research. It sounded like a boil of some sort,
maybe
which
you
they
have a
say go
perpetual
away on their
boil.
own. But
perpetual boil never goes away. You'll just have a perpetual boil.
I don't know. It doesn't hurt at all anymore. It's smooth and hey, it just looks red. Maybe I just fucked up my skin.
Maybe you should take one of those like surgical knives and just cut it open and see if there's anybody inside of it.
Anybody?
Yeah. You're growing another human in your leg.
Have you ever thought of that? Just straight up cutting some part of you off?
Off? No, but well, maybe, but I do think oftentimes when I have like a blemish or something, I just want to like just like cut it, just let it.
When I was
off.
in like high school and I had bad acne, I thought about that a lot. But I have like 2 to 3 skin tags that have some of them, like one of them is like pretty massive, and sometimes I just think like I should just fucking cut this bitch.
No, I know. I have one. Where is it? I have 2 on my inner thigh. Where's the other one? I have another one somewhere. I can't remember. But I just want to like. I
got a bunch. I got like 2. I got like one on my armpit right here. Like every time I shave, it just bleeds.
I just want to like.
It doesn't hurt at all. I'll just like be like trimming up around these areas, and it's just blood, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Just twist it off like an apple, bro.
Like an apple.
Yeah. That's what they do with goat penises. They put a rubber band around it, and then the balls just fall off.
Oh, they tourniquet it. Yeah.
So I guess that is kind of what they do. They
a tourniquet is like an apparatus to deprive an area of blood flow so it falls off.
Yeah, and that's
like if you had like if you were like walking la di da di da di da, and like your arm from like here on got like hit by a bus, they would tourniquet you like right here.
Only here got hit by a bus. It's a
you know what I mean?
Small bus.
Like imagine like like this part of your arm got chopped off. They would tourniquet you like back here. And then probably amputate somewhere over here.
The reason I know that is because there's a video. It was an Off Canny video. Holy shit, they haven't uploaded in like a year now that I think about it. They were doing like marine training, and one of the things that you have to do is if your leg is you need to try to get the leg, you need to like kind of kick the guy knee the guy in the balls, and like hold down their like cock and ball and sack and groin while you're trying to get the leg. It's pretty sick.
There's a goat or a man?
That's a man. Tourniqueting a goat. Yeah, they just rubber band. I when I was in high school, I had this like I envisioned cutting my dick off, but I never did it.
There are people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're into it.
You know, today I was gonna come like pseudo prepared, but I didn't want to be disrespectful. Have you heard of the Whitakers family? The super inbred family, and I don't remember even know what state they're in.
West Virginia, maybe.
Maybe. But there's one guy that just like barks.
I used to see a lot of like videos of inbred families out in like West Virginia.
Yeah, there's one guy that just like barks. And that's how he communicates.
I think that's him. Yeah.
And I was gonna come prepare like a whole like videos of them and stuff. I didn't want to do the research. A, B, and I was gonna like wing it, but I didn't want to be disrespectful, so I didn't do it. But I find that shit so interesting.
It's funny. I've been telling myself the entire year, I'm like, I should write the news. I should write the news again, and then every week I don't do it.
Well, we already went over the news a little bit. We got Trump sucking a dick. We got Biden eating a baby. We got my brother at.
Here, I can just look at news stories.
Yeah, sure. If you want to wing a news story.
Here's this. It says, I'm using my own card from now on. Chick-fil-A customer says she's going to pay cash. Then the worker changes her order total for her. So you mean to tell me that y'all been $1-ing people?
What? That's not a news story.
Yeah, it is. It's from the Daily Dot.
Of course it is.
Says getting cash back from a cashier should be an easy process. However, some have claimed that the accountability to count change is dying knowledge among service workers. For example, one internet user claimed that a new hire at Dunkin' could not make change. Another alleged that a Chipotle simply did not understand how to take cash payments. And a further user shared a tutorial on YouTube for counting back change after she says a CVS employee was baffled by her decision to change an amount of cash she was using mid-transaction.
That was way too many words. That's kind of sick,
Halo
though.
2 multiplayer officially returns and fans are losing it.
Oh, yeah, the Project Cartographer. That's pretty cool.
No clue what that is.
It's Halo 2 Vista PC servers. Actually, no. That might be your story might be something different. Your story might be them connecting original Xboxes to Xbox Live with Halo 2.
4 steakhouse chains disappointing customers in 2024. What is on the list? 1. Outback Steakhouse. STK
I went there.
Steakhouse.
I went there and it wasn't too bad.
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh, what?
Longhorn Steakhouse.
I went there too.
And Black Angus Steakhouse. Wow.
I don't know what that is.
I think they have one around here, but I like them all.
Okay.
Is that cool? I didn't really make a joke.
Yeah, you just read the lines. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool.
Where do I go to find just headline? Let me go look. I'm going to Google the word news.
Well, let me tell you a little bit of news while you do that.
Trump and Harris make last-minute stop in North Carolina. The only last-minute stop in North Carolina is like the gas station or something.
Whoa.
FBI issues warning over 2 fake election videos. Couldn't be this channel.
Yeah, it could. It could be this channel. It might be this channel.
Oh!
What?
It's daylight savings time tonight. We're gonna get closer.
For everyone?
I'm pretty sure.
No way.
I'm pretty sure that's tonight. It's either tonight or tomorrow.
DST.
We're about to get closer!
2024. November 3rd.
Oh, so it's... Wait, is that like tonight at midnight or is it tomorrow at midnight?
Well, for me, it's 3 a.m.
That means tomorrow will only be 2 hours away, buddy.
Yes!
You're like, fuck daylight savings time.
Yeah, it's such garbage. It shouldn't happen.
Well, it's worse like even further east, right? Like the sun sets like at like 4 to 5 p.m. some nights, right?
Yep. The winter equinox. It was supposed to be like fucking.
What did you just call me?
Yeah, queer.
Crabs.
Crabs. Here's some news. Here's some news better than DST. I went to what do you call it? Like a pump. What do you call it?
A pumpkin patch?
No, well, no. It was one of those things where there's a fuck ton of people and their kids, and you get the fucking cider donuts. And
like
that's like the.
Sometimes those are at pumpkin patches. You talking about like some kind of farmers market type situation, some festival
it's
area,
like a little
fairground.
festival, I guess. It was for Halloween. We got 6 cider donuts. I took a picture.
I was literally just thinking about cider donuts today,
They're
bro.
so fucking good. They were nice and hot.
Were they fresh?
Dude, we went there. We walked around a bit.
I gotta Google this. I gotta Google hot single cider donuts near me.
We went there. We walked around for like 45 minutes to an hour. We got a walk-in taco. We were looking for the wine tasting. We couldn't find it. We get in line. We're walking around for maybe an hour and a half. We waited in line.
Top 10 best apple cider donuts in Phoenix. I'm giddy.
We waited in line longer than we were there for these donuts. Then we were there before then. We were there for like 3 hours or so. More than half of that time was just waiting in line.
It just says bulgogi.
That is not a donut.
It was Yelp's top 10 apple cider donuts in Phoenix. I click on it and it's literally just a screenshot of bulgogi.
The shirt is too small for me, so I have to extend it.
Here we go. Here's a Reddit thread. I'll use Reddit for this. 2 years ago, looking for apple cider donuts in Phoenix. Take a trip to Wilcox. What the fuck?
That is not Phoenix. Is that Phoenix?
No.
The donuts were great, and the apple cider was also great.
Yeah, see, these people are like, oh, go to Safeway, go to Fry's, go to Trader Joe's. I know what you're talking about. Those are good. I'm not going to say they're bad. They're good, but they're like little prepackaged things. I want a fucking
fresh, hot.
I want a fucking.
Yes.
I want the real deal, buddy.
Yep.
You reinvigorate. I haven't had apple's my favorite flavor, and I haven't had a fresh one.
When was the last time you had apple cider? Hot apple cider.
Probably like last year. Apple cider. Yeah.
I adore apple cider. And especially
I
if
just
it's like
love
made
everything
fresh.
apple. Buddy. I'm about to go to the grocery.
Hey, dude, wait. This is a great topic because the first episode. Remember what we talked about?
Apples.
Fucking apples. Apples and Halo. That's crazy.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
You could click on one of these episodes and it'd pretty much be the same thing.
I'm trying to make the shirt bigger.
But yeah, bro, I don't know what I'm going to do because tomorrow I'm going out with Megan. Tonight, I guess we're playing Mario. But at some point this week, I'm going to go buy a bunch. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy everything Apple that I can see, and I'll figure out a way to make it something.
We have to stream. We have to stream something at some point.
Thursday stream?
Well, I have a normal stream Thursday.
Tuesday?
Depends on when we get off Baldur's Gate. If we get off at Baldur's Gate at like 9 or like 10, we can stream for a little bit. Yeah.
Look, it's either going to be, I could do Monday if you wanted to. I'd prefer not to do it that soon. But aside from that, Megan's coming over here on Wednesday, and then I'm going to Los Angeles on Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be gone over the weekend.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It really depends on Tuesday because Tuesday is either we get off at 9:30 or 10, or like
it could be the week after that too. It's okay.
Yeah, no rush. I do like streaming with you, buddy, and I do like the content to come. I'm excited to work on it. Maybe.
Buddy, I was watching through the last podcast today because it just came out today as we're recording this. Yeah. And I was like, oh, bro, I've been so tired. I had like a week and a half where I was editing the new CNS, and then I haven't even touched it since. In the back of my mind, I was like, I still haven't touched that bitch. It's been this much time. I still haven't fucking touched it.
It's been
my God.
Definitely over 2 weeks.
I have been tired. New video games have been distracting me. I can't, but that's I'm almost like happy that I'm that distracted by it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it because I like feeling productive, but it makes me feel like a little bit more of a kid again, that like a game is giving me enough enjoyment that I kind of like want to come home and play it. So like, I'm not like super upset with it, but I do wish I was more productive. And then again, bitch excuse, but I log on to Regurgitated Reflux and see the homepage. It's my algorithm now. It's my secret sports channel now at this point. It's so good having the sport that I care about, my team doing so well.
Yeah.
I will just sit there at work. I'll be like editing like something for work, and I'll just like all day long have like random. I don't even care. You can have 5 fucking subscribers. If you're talking about the Washington Commanders right now, I've seen your video. It's just going on while I'm at work.
I loved the you said, oh, if my team wins, or if put up the score for the team, and you lost.
What's funny though too is we lost that game and we've won every other game since then. It's insane how I was like, this is the one, put it up on screen. We lose and then everything else goes right. Whatever, I'm happy.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy. You can't take that away from me. But either way, it's like I'm like moving shit around. Like I'm like actively like
And I ain't gotta spin back because I know he dead. Ain't no survivor when you shoot a nigga right in his head. Paramedics answer questions about that boy in the mess, but they know he ain't gonna make it, so they pronounce him dead.
I'm not doing anything else that day. Watching that game. And then I come home and sometimes I'm just playing my games and I'll just load up other people still talking about my team. And it's like too much. Like I know it's like too much. Like in a week from now, in like 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be like, why the fuck did I waste so much time doing nothing? Doing what is effectively just nothing, but it's making me happy right now. So
let me explain to you. I said last podcast, I fucking hate, or no, sorry. I said, I think I'd like football if I knew how to play football. Right.
Yeah. Which is how like most things are. You have to understand it.
In the last 2 weeks, I've learned to hate football, and it's not football's fault at all. I am now in a football city. So it's in my face all the time.
Oh, yeah. So you just hear a lot about it.
And
we kicked your team's ass too since that last episode.
Football season. If it's football season, and especially obviously if there's a
I should have flew out just to go to the Browns game,
dude. I think it was in Washington.
Was it in Washington?
I don't know, but no, maybe. Well, there was a home game recently in the Brown Stadium, and there was a fucking blimp flying around. And there was a bunch of traffic. Yeah. There was a bunch of traffic when I was trying to fucking just drive. I don't even remember where I was supposed to, I don't know where I was going. But it's so annoying. So annoying. It's way too many cars. Also,
why were you even that close to downtown anyways? What were you doing there?
I don't remember. I wasn't going.
Like, you don't leave your house in general. Why were you driving that close to downtown Cleveland?
Going to downtown. I was going around it. It was so fucking annoying. I don't even know why I was going that direction. I'm really trying to think about why I was going that direction. I don't remember. So that's really annoying. Brian, Barney, Eric, who you didn't meet, and Eric and Brian's dad, Robert, all went to the Steelers game in Pittsburgh last week.
I just saw that picture because that's like one of the only channels I'm active in your friend's Discord server. And it's not because I don't like everyone. I like talking to everyone. It's just like I don't feel like I can keep up to date with everything, but I know my football shit. So
and they kept joining the we were in voice chat playing Pal World. No, yeah, on Monday, and they kept joining the mobile and being like, "Oh, that bag man," and they're talking. They can't hear us. We can barely hear them because they're in a fucking stadium.
Yeah,
of
why
people.
would you join in the middle of a stadium?
While we're talking to them, my buddy Eric is on the jumbotron. It's like, what the fuck? And then afterwards, they'd all been drinking probably beer or whatever. And then Barney is like being like, there were haters, but we stuck it out or some shit like that. He was just like having a great time. And he again still couldn't hear us. They were outside the stadium, still couldn't hear us. They had to wait for an Uber until like 1 a.m. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how like transit friendly Pittsburgh is.
I don't know, but it was
it's funny when I went to my game in DC. I was stressed because I had to get to the airport right after, and I was like freaking out about it. We left like halfway through the fourth quarter, and I got to the airport 3 hours early. I was like, we just left, and I just drove to the airport. It was fine.
Yep. So there's that, which that was honestly kind of funny, but the apparently there were haters there, which I found interesting.
Well, yeah, it's a football game. Yeah, you're gonna like, I was gonna say rizz up. You're gonna like razz up your opponents. You're gonna like
razzle up,
give them some guff.
Yeah. So, but annoying. And then did you see that video of that guy, that football fan? I don't know what team it was for, but they were lighting off fireworks on a street, and he like didn't drop it.
This was the Dodgers.
Was it Dodgers?
It was a Dodgers fan. It was a baseball. Yeah, it was the Dodgers.
Was it not football?
It was I've seen this video. It was the Dodgers won the World Series, and it was a Dodgers fan trying to celebrate by setting off a firecracker, and he blew his hand off.
Yeah.
and he tried to walk it off. He was like, ah. It was like me when I picked up the fucking hot thing today. I was like, I knew I fucked up, but I was just like, okay.
I thought that was football. I was going to make fun of him for being like a little frat idiot, but no, I guess it was baseball.
It was baseball, yeah. But I mean, it's still sports.
Dude, I think honestly, I think the biggest reason is that I live in a football city. I can't
get into it, enjoy it. Have something to celebrate.
That would be like the healthy response, but I'm just gonna be mad with myself.
It's okay. I wouldn't. Now is not the time to be a Cleveland Browns fan.
Are they bad? Right
They've
now,
been worse.
I don't know. No,
they're actually funny enough. They just benched. So it's a whole. The previous quarterback, they spent like the most money ever to get him, but he was just coming off like a serious like rape charge, where like he was accused of like. Sexually assaulting like 60 massage therapists, like some ridiculous number of massage therapists over the course of like.
What was that guy that did that? The guy, he was a teacher.
The Cleveland Browns quarterback.
No, there was that teacher guy that like assaulted like 120 of his students.
Oh, I don't know what it wasn't that much, but whatever the number was, it was like a ridiculous amount of like massage therapists he would like force to give him happy endings or whatever. The whole thing came out. He's getting sued by a bunch of people. Got dropped from his team. The Cleveland Browns spent like the most money ever to get him. And then he sucked for like weeks at a time. And then he tore his ACL and now he's just done.
That is a Cleveland story. That is a Cleveland story. Go ahead.
But they put in this guy named Jameis Winston who's really funny. Like go look up, like go to YouTube and search up Jameis Winston funny. He's like the funniest guy on the planet. And he beat the Baltimore Ravens last week, which they're like a Super Bowl caliber team. So potentially things are looking up. But I would not join the Cleveland bandwagon right now. It's not the time to be a Cleveland Browns fan.
Let's talk about what you just said. First of all, like I said, that is a Cleveland story. It is hilarious the amount of Cleveland moments that one can have just driving.
It's a certified Cleveland moment.
So I was...
Certified Cleveland classic.
I was driving. I was minutes away from home, and I'm at a four-way intersection.
I can visualize it.
Okay, I'm at a four-way intersection, and you probably know the one. And a guy who's kind of like stumbling around throws a bag, seemingly an empty bag of beef jerky in the street, in the middle of the street. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drive over it. Whatever, I don't really care. Going maybe at the most 10 miles per hour, at the very most. Bro walks 6 feet away, walks in front of my car. I could see he was stumbling, so I was prepared to stop. And he got mad at me. he was
you stopped?
No, he got mad at me because I almost hit him when he just stumbled into the street 6 feet away from me.
You should have just honked.
He was like, "Oh." I was like, so, I just stared at him like, because I think what he wanted was a reaction, so he had some reason to do something. But I was like, and he just fucked off. He picked up a stick and he was.
I would love to see you fight somebody.
You wanna? We can fight.
Yeah, I mean, you just like, I don't know. I can't imagine. I feel like again, I've said this many times before. I feel like you could really fuck someone up if you wanted to.
Let me put a pin in that because I have something I want to say on that. But
I just beat the shit out of this guy last week.
Well, the guy started swinging a branch at cars, not hitting them, but like like a big branch, like and I was like, bro, and we ended up calling the cops and being like, hey, this guy's here. He's being a fucking rabble rouser. Like, get him out of here. But to what you were just saying, I used to, when I was like in my rapper phase in high school, I thought I was like tough shit. I wouldn't get into fights. I never got into a fight. But
what's funny is I never thought I was a rapper, but I definitely got into fights.
Well, I'd be like, you fucking pussy bitch. Like I would be all the emphasis on it like Eminem would. Who was my inspiration at that age? Who, I wonder. But I'd be like, you fucking pussy bitch. Shut up. You know, and I'd be vocal with people that if they really, really, really got me mad. But I'm such a passive person nowadays. I couldn't even imagine.
If someone really stepped up, if someone like hit you, you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking fight.
I'd fold in a second.
Even back then.
Yeah. I would fold in a second. I'm
What do you think you would have said?
No.
You called someone out in this scenario. You were
I'm
like,
not joking.
in this scenario, you'd be like, you pussy bitch, what the fuck? And then this guy's like, what? You want to? You do.
No,
you
I would be like, yeah, fuck you, pussy, get the fuck out of here, and I'd walk away. But it's because I did not want to get into a physical altercation.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I was talking to Alexis.
You know what's
about,
funny? I'm kind of coming into a similar. I'm coming into a new edgelord phase myself personally right now.
Okay,
and I gotta stop it. I've been flipping tons of people off on the road the past like month. And
wait. All right. Let's see. This is. We're gonna play this. All right. I'm driving. You know, I'm driving normally.
I'm driving too.
All right, and
are you behind me or in front of me in the camera?
I'm in front of you.
Okay.
So, and then I kind of like brake check you a little bit. Okay. I'd be like this. I'd be like, sorry.
Well, so here's the thing. I think like I had like a real bad week a few weeks ago, like in traffic where like, dude, I was, so like to get to work, I have to like get on a highway, interchange to another highway. And then there's a shit ton of construction, like they're redoing everything about this highway, right? Where I have to drive through.
Of course.
Then I have to get on another interchange to another highway to interchange with another highway to get off to where I work.
Wonderful.
It's not the longest distance, but there's a lot of changes, as you can see. And where all the road work was, I was trying, it all goes down to like one lane temporarily while there's road work here. And some guy, I swear to God, drove off the main highway through the construction zone in the dirt to cut me off in the one lane to get onto the other highway. He like missed his exit and decided to drive literally off the fucking road.
Okay.
There was no road. There were cones and equipment everywhere.
Yeah.
And he drove through it to cut me off.
Let the rage out. Get it.
I flipped him off. I don't usually, I was like, fucking fucker. And I just think there was like a bunch of really bad incidents that happened throughout that week, like abnormally bad. There were a few things, and then like the next week, it was like less normal. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure someone cut me off aggressively. I was like, what the fuck? But then like this week, someone like sped up to get in front of me. Which is like maybe not the nicest thing, but it's like completely normal. Happens like thousands of times a day. You know what I mean? Like they just went like a normal thing. Did not cut me off at all. And I just and then I thought about it. Why did I do that? I thought about it even in the moment. Like I put my hand down. I was like, why did I do that? I was like, I just flipped them. It was it really didn't do anything wrong. It just annoyed me. You know what I mean?
You're just flipping the bird at everybody.
But I don't know. It's just it's becoming like a habit now, and it's not even like what started 3 weeks ago as like you fucking drove off road to come fucking cut me off is now just like oh, you're in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I've never flipped anybody off. I've definitely had
Brainstorm almost died doing that. Apparently,
that's true. I've had passengers flip people off for me, but I've never flipped anybody off. I don't even beep. I don't beep to a point where it's dangerous.
Oh, I thought you said beef.
No. But what I wanted to say about the fighting thing was I would definitely when I was younger, I would argue and I would yell, but as soon as there was almost any physical anything, I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm not, I don't want to fight. Nowadays, I'm such a passive pussy. I don't argue.
Oh, the alliteration.
I don't argue. I fold at any level of confrontation. And I was talking to Alexis about this. I'm just I'm like a big gay mush.
What did she say about that?
Well, what do you mean?
You said you told Alexis you're a big gay mush, and she said,
we talked about me being a big gay mush, as in I always say I love you to
she
all.
She was like, yeah, you're a total pushover.
Yeah. No, not the pushover, like, but I'm very 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 affectionate now towards like everybody. Like I say, I love you to all my friends before I go to bed. I try to be as supportive as I can. Like if there's any sort of level of argument, I try to be like some level of a mediator or whatever. Like even if it's about something small, if they're like, no, if I did this, this would happen. No, if I did this, this would happen. I'd be like, hey guys, everybody just relax, and it chills it out.
I would roundhouse kick you in your teeth.
Yep. And
if it was over low level stuff, if it was over like me and my friends are like who would win in a Bakugan tournament, and you tried to step in and mediate, I would.
I would be the one getting the ass kicking for sure. But I'm just at such a I want to just send love to all of the people that I love.
Fucking hippie.
And I was not like that in high school. I did not like anybody. I mean, I don't like most. I have my friends, and I don't give a shit about anybody outside of them. I was even talking to my brother today. I was like, "Hey,
my friend,
biggest friend in the world, physically largest."
He would vote me off the island immediately.
No, you'd win. But I was talking to my brother this morning. It's actually like to a fault how much I love my friends, because I was like, if I and it's going to sound almost unrelated, but I was like, I'm at the point where I live in Cleveland. I live 9 hours away from like family or friends. If like I can see who I want to see when I want to see them. I don't like, it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. It doesn't have to be Christmas. I don't really give a shit. Come whenever you want, or I'll go whenever I want. And he was like, yeah, but like there are people that are like single and alone, and like you probably should you'd like family or friends that are single and alone, like you want to that would like to see you. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? Because I'm so attached to my schedule of I hang out with friends this day, this day, this day. I hang out with Alexis this day, this day, this day. I have the podcast this day, which is less routine than it should be. But I'm so comfortable with where I'm at, and I'm so I don't have capacity to like deal with traveling for like family, which I think is a bad thing. Does that make any sense outside of my head?
I do think those things are slightly unrelated, but it makes sense.
They relate in my head, and I can't explain to you why. I think what I'm saying is I think that I actually how do I say this? I feel like
Y'all are hearing him, but you're not really hearing him.
I feel like I only care about my friends. Is kind of what I'm saying.
Oh,
I only care about going out of my way to spend time with friends.
Yeah, I mean, like some people's families aren't fun.
My family is. So that's the weird thing. I spend time with my two brothers every Saturday if I feel like it. But yeah, what
does Rick need to do?
Rick?
Yeah. He needs to go karting or something.
No, but he does need to help me rake my leaves. Speaking of that, I have two.
You need help raking leaves?
I have a big tree in my front yard. I have a big tree in my backyard.
Season 3. I'm going to fly out and rake your leaves.
Hell yeah. I'll leave them there for that long too. I have a big tree in my front yard, a big tree in my backyard. The leaf piles are enormous. Like, I'm not even saying this is before I rake them. There's just leaves all over the ground, covering every inch of grass, right? I was like, I'm going to do it this weekend, being tomorrow. On Tuesday or Wednesday, horrible windstorm. All of my leaves are now my neighbor's leaves.
Mission accomplished.
I felt so bad.
Mission
so bad.
failed successfully.
That shit was so funny. Because I looked outside, my front lawn is like maybe like a quarter.
Do you think they hate you?
I think they do. A quarter of the leaves are there, and I was like, "That's weird." And I noticed it was a windstorm.
What if you left them an apology note?
I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to help them clean it. But it is funny to me because I looked out front, and right in front of my house, there's just leaves all over the yard that was previously like not that bad. So that's pretty funny. But in my mind, I'm like, if I made a pile of leaves, the same thing would have happened.
That's like something where, I haven't lived on the East Coast since I was like 15 years old-ish. And it's like, I think about it sometimes, like, yeah, if I moved back out there, I'd have to like mow my lawn and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd have to like kind of relearn some of those skills and get in the routine. I'm like, oh, it's not bad. But I would forget things like raking the leaves. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure like that first year it would like the fall would occur. and I'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? You know what I mean? Or like someone would get upset with me that my leaves got everywhere where they were supposed to be living.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know I was supposed to fucking bag those up. Or
It was almost culture shock for me, and I'm going to use that word kind of weirdly, is because when I was in Connecticut, we were in the woods. So we just put the leaves in the woods. You just get a tarp, you put the leaves in the woods. Here in Ohio, I don't have woods. Huge bog. So you just put a pile of leaves like right in front of the sidewalk, and someone just comes by and picks them up for you. And I was like, that's so weird. When that first happened, Alexis, because
you mean like some kind of garbage man?
Yeah. So we had raked all our leaves, got them in the front yard. They were sitting in bags and in a big pile. And I noticed one day, I thought it was a windier day. I didn't know. I thought it was like a windy day because all of the leaves were on the street. So I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Did the wind push all of this into the street?" And so we move it back, and back onto the sidewalk area, and we didn't realize it. That was the people. They push it out into the road, and then they scoop it up with whatever machine they have. So we just kept our leaves for another like month or so, however often they pick it up. Yeah, the leaf piles from these two trees are enormous, and I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't want to do it alone. And Rick, hopefully, will come through and help me.
How often is he supposed to come? It's a long way.
Well, he apparently enjoyed being here the last time he was here when we were just playing Mario and watching home videos.
Does he think you own some kind of like magic portal to another dimension?
I don't know. Maybe it could be, but he did say he wanted to come back, and they are going to be here for at least one full day in November. So I'm going to put
It's a long way to go for just a day.
So what my mom has.
I guess I do it.
What my mom does is because they're going to Connecticut for Thanksgiving. So and it's not add a few extra hours of driving because it's a 14 or 15-hour drive from North Carolina to Connecticut, but it's a 9-hour drive to Ohio and then another 9-hour drive to Connecticut from North Carolina. You see what I'm saying? So they'll break it up and to see me generally. But they're going to be here for a full day. My family's going to be here for a full day with my dog. Huge, I know. So I'm just going to put Adam and my dad to work raking the leaves, and I'm just going to. I think I'm going to start it tomorrow, but the majority of it I'm just going to make them do.
What a great son!
That's what I do. Because he's like empty.
I feel like I could do. I'm talking out of my ass because I live in an area where I don't have to do this. I feel like I could find a way to rake the leaves.
Oh no, you can. I could rake the leaves by myself. I don't want to. that's what it is. But here's the thing: my dad gave me a leaf blower, and he was like, he told me the other day, he was like, "Oh yeah, does it sell the gas?"
You should just blow it to your neighbor's house at night. You get up at 3 a.m. every night.
And they'll be like, "Oh, it's just cars racing on the street, dude. Don't even worry about it." And it's just me, just absolutely destroying
the neighbors every morning opening the door to just a wall of leaves.
Well, he gave me a leaf blower, and we used it last year to rake the leaves. And he said the other day, he said to me, he was like, "Oh, is the old gas still in there?" I said, "Yeah, the old gas is still in there." He goes, "Oh, maybe just like drain that out." And I was like, "What the fuck does it mean, drain that out of you would hold the thing upside down?" And he was like, "Yeah, and put it in like
just light it on fire."
He said, "Put it in like a bottle or something and give it to the dump." And I'm like, "I'm not fucking doing that. I don't want to do that." So I'm gonna wait until he does it.
Solution oriented people.
That's right. I'm gonna hand rake, and then I'm gonna wait till he fixes that for me. The last time he was here, he fixed the sink. You know, remember the sink had the circle that it would go around?
I didn't really use it, but
the downstairs sink, one of the handles would go all the way 360. He fixed that. Well, he actually bought me a new sink. He bought me a fully new sink down there. He tightened the sink up here. He put in security cameras What else did he do?
Are you like worried that these skills are like going to die with him?
Oh, he's such a handyman, and I'm like, I'll deal with it when I deal with it, and I never deal with it. Constantly.
I'm saying that as someone that doesn't know how to do. I know how to like do some stuff. Change the headlight of my car once.
Everything that he did for us, I could have done. I just either was not confident in my ability to do so. It turns out I didn't need to be, or I just didn't want to. I didn't want to do it.
Yay!
Yeah, but he can't really play Mario that well. Did I tell you about the Mario? Did I say this on the podcast? How bad he is at Mario?
I know you told me at one point. I forgot if it was on the show or not.
Yeah, he would just open mouth, breathe, and his whole body would move. Oh yeah, I did, because I think Ethan or someone Grumps was on the podcast. Maybe
Show me one B.
No, I don't think it was the last episode. I don't know what episode it was. But yeah, his whole body would move, and he would like mouth breathe, and he beat 3 levels without dying. It was crazy. It was crazy.
He went off.
He went off for not playing, last 15 years.
Let's go, Rick.
Let's go, Rick.
When he gets backed up to the wall, if he's like about to die, you should go like, "You're in a pickle, Rick," and see if he gets it.
He would not get it. He'd be like,
what the heck?
So he's like a very like normal guy. It was funny. Evan one time said to him,
"Isn't that ironic?"
Was it like Rick? Rick?
You're thinking about it too hard.
Damn it! All right. Evan called him a fucking boomer once. Well, he didn't think he could hear him, and my dad just looked and went and walked away. And I don't know. Help. That's my dad. He's getting an addition. My North Carolina family is getting an addition to their house, and he just follows around the people that do it. And he just walks around like this, like, "Oh yeah, steel nails." It's so funny. And
I hope to be that level of older man one day where I just doesn't comment on everything.
My mom and brother find it hilarious. He doesn't think it's like that funny. Like he just thinks it's like he's just like trying to help out. But he just like walks around and follows them like, "Oh yeah. It's 4x6, I think is what. Yep. Cement."
The consistency a little bit, and I think I would speak to that. Yes. I'm happy you're a fan, though. You know, it's funny. Did you leave it on a stove or something?
I got it. I was in the car. Wait, what the fuck? It's very funny.
He wants to be included.
He does want to be included because he actually, he doesn't do he didn't do the expansions on the house in Connecticut, but he was always there paying very close attention because he wanted things a very specific way. And he's doing that again. But it is funny now he's like retired. He's not using his brain as much. He's just walking around.
He's thinking about the types of nails and
steel nails, cement.
You should get him to react to brain rot content.
That would be interesting. Here's my thing is I think he would be a very like funny guy to like interview or talk to because he is so normal. But the thing is, he doesn't like being on camera. He hates being on camera. Old man. He has a Facebook. He has a Facebook to like log into some shit. He doesn't have any pictures or any information about himself on there. It's actually insane. My buddy, Mike, I was trying to, when I was in high school, he wanted to hang out and I was like, "Oh yeah, we can hang out." And I wanted to, I was trying to ditch him because I really didn't want to hang out that day, but he used pipl.com. I don't think it exists. It exists, but it's a similar thing. He found my home phone number on this site and called my home phone and left a message. And I was like, "All right, we're hanging out. We're good. Don't worry about it." He definitely, and I'm going to censor this
I know where you live, bitch. I got your IP address. Really? Do you want a teabag in Call of Duty? It's not even like Halo like that. I'm gonna find your IP and I'm gonna tactical nuke your house.
That would be bad. You shouldn't do that. That would be unfortunate for me and my family and my cat. Where's my cat? I really wanted to do a nice sick drone shot of the house for the first season of CNS, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, because you're literally showing where you live. Yeah, I get it.
But maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll move out before we release CNS season 2, so I can do the drone shot.
Are you thinking of moving out?
Absolutely. I don't know when though. Too expensive to live here. Surprisingly.
Where are you gonna go?
Who the fuck knows? I want to stay in Ohio.
Chumpy in the sewer.
Ooh, Chumpy might be good. Do you like the thumbnail?
Yeah, we should get a bunch of exterior shots. Yeah, when you're about to move out, if you have like a date, you know you're going to move out. Let's film a season and get a bunch of exterior shots.
Yeah, and then some poor tenant is going to be
attached to that property.
And send bomb threats.
We could do CNS like in your backyard for a bit.
We could do that.
Fuck it.
I used to record my house in Connecticut, like out from outside, and I was like, nobody's going to know.
The thing is, too, I've thought about it out here. I live in a pretty recognizable area. Like, if I was to film outside my house, like, not only would you see, obviously, where I live, but, like, there's not many places, to my knowledge, that look like where I live. It'd be pretty easy.
Do you live, like, in a McDonald's, like, play place?
Well, saying this might even dox myself, but, like...
Well, now I know where you live, again.
Yeah, come find me.
I will.
Shoot me in the head.
And now you can say it because you kind of like describe everything about where you live, and now someone can actually kill you.
Yeah, that whole segment, if it's in the video, it's going to just be like bleep, 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 mosaic.
Yeah. Bleep. I'm not even going to. I have to like black it out, I think, for a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a piss real quick. I really have to
How much
pee.
longer do you want this to go?
Another 30. So think of a topic while I'm emptying my bladder.
I'm going to run out to my car and grab something too. I'll be right back.
What the fuck is so funny, dude? What is so funny about this? What?
What were you for Halloween? It was this week.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. What was I wearing?
Did you have multiple costumes?
No. I was wearing my Pornhub shirt and green sweats. And I was watching true crime and streaming Dark Souls.
Wow.
Yep. And hey, that's a really good plug. And I can put the Dark Souls stream over this in the video when I'm editing the video. I can put the Dark Souls stream over this, and it'll be a good plug, and I'll get a lot of viewers. Do
you think this podcast is going to come out before or after 2025?
Oof. Who knows? I'm going to try to get this done in 2 weeks. I'm hoping that work slows down and I can. But we got
that other thing that's going to have to come out in between too.
I'll get that ready for next week, and then I'll get this one ready for the next week after. Easy.
Oh, so you think weekly uploads for 3 weeks?
Maybe.
Wow, that's big. That's a big move.
Yeah, but probably not. We'll see. I think my food has arrived.
Oh, you have food ordered. Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, guess what it is?
Dee Dee's.
It's not Dee Dee's. My door is slowly opening. I don't think there's chicken. Hello. I have a...
Hi, Alexis.
Zaxis, hello.
Hello.
I have a cocktail with a heart on it. I have...
A heart on?
A heart with a heart on. I have a partial Dr. Pepper.
It's like foaming, so you can pour more if you need it.
Oh, okay. What is on the top? Is that marshmallow? No, that's the cold foam. Thank you. And then the kimbap. You know what kimbap is? You ever have kimbap?
Yeah, one of my old coworkers at Ring was Korean, and he talked a lot about the type of food he ate.
Okay.
He was
Let's
like
talk
a
about
foodie.
that. What does that mean?
Yeah, he was he was a foodie and he was a Korean, so we ate a lot of Korean food. But he was like a foodie about the Korean food. He's like, you don't know shit about kimbap and fucking
Dude.
Other shit.
So what we have here, it's called soyaki. It's teriyaki soy sauce.
That sounds fire.
It's delicious. And it's, did I have hair in my hand? No. It's delicious. Hey, dude,
have you ever done a Korean barbecue?
We need to do another mukbang. Maybe for like 53, we should do a mukbang.
Why not 51?
Well, 53, because it would be 50 episodes after the first mukbang we did. 53.
Okay.
Do you want to do McDonald's?
I feel like I've eaten McDonald's several times in this podcast. It's definitely the easiest. Fuck it, I might just eat food in the next podcast. Fuck it.
I'm eating food now.
Doesn't have to be fair. Oh.
What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, talking about your Korean friend eating food. Talk about that more.
So we went to have you ever been to a Korean barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Good, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love the Korean barbecues. Anyways, we used to do these like work outings because we had like a few people on our team that were like kind of friends, and we would go out to this place called Gen Korean Barbecue, and it's it has like the center pot. You cook all the shit yourself. He would order the little baby octopuses, and he would just eat them whole. And it kind of, he was like, "Eat it, bro, eat it." I was not about to eat the octopuses.
They're not meant to be eaten whole.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating them whole. It's just crazy to me to just see a guy go.
You ever have
whole octopus?
How do you feel about fried seafood?
I prefer it because I don't really like seafood, and I'm starting to like come out of my shell a little bit with seafood recently. And so it's funny, when I went to Hawaii to see our good friend Tristan Werner.
He hasn't responded, by the way. Oh, my kimbap is falling apart.
He's a great guy.
He's a really good guy.
He shouldn't respond. I was trying to get him on this episode, but obviously it didn't pan out. I was trying to push myself outside of my comfort zone a little bit, and I tried a few things that were fried there. And I tried calamari, which is fried octopus, when I was out there, which was pretty good.
When you lived in Discord does such a horrible job with the background filters. It's incredible. Why am I ghosting so much? This filter is gone.
Are you using
I'm also
using the Elgato virtual camera software for that.
I was just trying to be quick. You're probably right though.
Oh, okay.
When you live in Massachusetts, how often do you go to Cape Cod?
So I lived in Massachusetts until I was 2 years old.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
No, well, I go back to visit a lot because I still have grandparents, aunts, uncles, and now a few friends that live out there. So like I go back to, so like when I was growing up, typically I would spend my summers in Massachusetts. Like I would live in Maryland and West Virginia. And then for about a month in the summer, my parents would drive me up or I would take the train up and I would spend time either in the suburban Boston area or out in like Groton Long Point, Connecticut for like a month out of the year.
So you never went to Cape Cod?
So my grandfather had a boat and we would drive by Cape Cod and go like fishing around it quite a bit, but I never like been to Cape Cod.
If you want to try good ass fried seafood, that's the place to go. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking
podcast
good.
In Cape Cod? Podcast?
I genuinely, I want one place I really wanted to bring
Alexis. We do Poconos.
We can do Poconos. You just got to come for a longer period of time.
How far of a drive is it from the Poconos to Cape Cod?
Probably another 6 hours.
What if we should do like a road trip series?
I agree. I fully agree.
I should fly out. We have the whole camera rig and everything too.
I fully agree.
We should have fly out to Cleveland, drive to the Poconos, do an episode in the Poconos.
If you come here for a week,
and then we'll drive to Cape Cod and do an episode in Cape Cod, and then you bring me to the airport and you drive back on your.
There you go. There you go. I'm down. One place I've always wanted to bring Alexis though is Cape Cod because she hates fish. And I think that some fried seafood would like some lobster rolls or something like that. I think that would really, I think it would change her mind on it.
Yeah, I've been trying to eat more recently, and I like it's a texture thing mostly, and there's like
How
a few
sushi?
flavors that are just a little off for me. No,
not
at sushi yet.
No, for
not at sushi yet.
For what reason?
It's just gross.
Last time I tried to eat sushi,
thing? I threw up.
Oh well, that'll do it. But is it still a texture thing, or is it like the flavor?
Sometimes it's a texture thing. I don't really like the seaweed shit, the nori either. Like when I went to Hawaii, I was trying to eat the spam musubis, and I thought they were decent, but eating through all that fucking seaweed and shit was just gross to me. Like I don't know. Like I had people try to give me like California rolls, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't have like fish in it," but like I just don't like it. I don't know.
So, I think that
everyone thinks they're gonna get me to like it.
I don't know if I can get you to like it because I don't know if I have a good. We haven't gotten sushi out here in a long time. I don't even remember it being that good. There was a place in Connecticut that had really good sushi, but I think you need to open your gullet and there's a certain sushi that I really like. It's called the place that I used to go is called the Sakura roll. It was a sweet sushi. It had tempura on it. It had avocado on it. It had cream cheese in it.
No cream cheese. Hate cream cheese. That's another thing too. I want to do some like mayo-y sauce or some cream cheese type thing. That's all fucking disgusting to me.
So the cream cheese, you won't. It sounds like you're just going to be eating a glob of cream cheese. You don't really taste. It doesn't taste like cream cheese. It just defies.
I'm telling you right now, it's funny too because I grew up like fishing a bunch. Like I loved fishing growing up. It's kind of interesting. So my mom hates seafood. So my mom grew up in the Boston area, and her dad, my grandfather, who I went out fishing with a bunch, like I just mentioned, made seafood all the time, and my mom hated it. So by the time she had me, my mom hated seafood for whatever reason. She didn't like it. And so I grew up fishing with my grandfather and with my cousins and stuff like that. Like we would all go out fishing, and I loved like the sport of it, but my mom would just never cook it for me. And then because she didn't like it, in my brain, I was like, oh, I don't like it too. So like eventually there were some times with like, oh, we can cook it for you. And I'd be like, no, I don't like it. But I just said that. I didn't actually try it.
And then you fucked yourself and you actually don't like it now.
Yeah. Well, then now as an adult, I'm like coming out of it. Like my girlfriend, Megan, she loves salmon. So I eat her salmon stuff sometimes. It's good. I don't know if I'd like go out of my way to order it, but it's good. You know,
I don't like salmon.
I try to
weirdly.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's good. I eat a lot of shrimp. I really want to try like a good fish and chip spot is what I really want to try. But when I went to Hawaii, I tried Ono, which I just found out was their version of mackerel, whatever. I tried the calamari. I tried mahi, which was fantastic. That one was really good.
You like tempura?
I tried a scallop.
You like shrimp tempura and any of that?
I like fried shrimp.
But with the tempura stuff, have you ever had it? It makes it better, in my opinion. But
what is the tempura stuff? Is it just a different type of fry batter?
Flaky. Yeah, it's like a flaky.
I like tempura almost. Batter. Sure. Yeah. Sure.
So.
I'm still weird about it. Like, I'm still not at the point where I really want to like go out and like order. Like, if I was at a restaurant and they were like, "We're known for our salmon," even though I know I like salmon now, I've tried it. I don't think I like it enough to want to spend the money to like eat it. Does that make sense? Like,
I want you to know you're signing yourself up for CNS season 3 sushi tier list.
It just might be a montage of me throwing up.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm not even trying to cap. Like, I might not be able to get myself through it.
So
I had the idea too for like an exotic meat thing. Like I found a website where you can buy like kangaroo meat.
Dude, we'll just get Steve to just send us some.
I forgot about Steve. He is my favorite regurg cinematic universe lore
Like
character.
like you exclusively know him from your conversation on the podcast, in the obviously a little bit after.
It's the only time I ever met. No, because we talked. Oh my god, I forgot about that too. We talked until like 3 a.m.
Drunkenly talked until like 3 a.m. Yeah.
Everyone got off. Can I? Is it okay for me to say this? So everyone got off, and I was talking to Steve for like hours after the show ended, just me and him, and it was going well. But I remembered I was like showing him places I traveled to on Google Maps, and his mind was like blown that I like knew how to use Google Maps. I was
remember this. Yeah.
I was sharing my screen with him, and he was like, "How are you doing that?" He was like, "You just go to all these places and look at them." I was like, "Yeah, it's like one of my favorite things to do is just look around at Google Maps." He's like, "You're just like so good." Like, he's like, "You're insane at doing this."
He is such a big fan of the small things. What we did, so for one of his birthdays, and I'll let you finish, but for one of his birthdays, Evan and I were like, we don't know what to get Steve. So what we did is we went to his birthday party. We took a picture on either side of him.
That might be worth any more content for me too. I got to show up to Steve's party.
Yeah. We took a picture on either side of him, went to CVS, printed it out, framed it, and gave it back to him. And he was infatuated. He still has that picture up. He loves that picture. And it was I mean, it was a cute idea, but it was really like not really anything, you know? But
it was like, this would be funny for like a minute, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
He needs to serve us crow.
Yes, he does.
How much bullshit do you think that was? He's the only certified crow hunter in the state of Connecticut, and he could legally hunt and serve us crow.
I don't know. I have to believe him.
He gave me such a believable story, and he felt like he was such a trustworthy guy. But that's like such an insane. He's like literally Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's like that's not a real thing you can do.
I have to believe him.
But he says it like it's real.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking. Why did we get on the Steve topic? Oh, for the exotic meats. Yeah.
Yeah, the exotic meat thing.
Is it the rawness of the food that you
I just don't like seafood much in general, and then it's raw seafood, and then usually the sauces are all like a mayo base or cream cheese base type thing, and then I don't like the seaweed shit on the outside. I hate cream cheese.
Why do you hate cream cheese?
It's disgusting. I dislike it.
Okay, wait, let's talk about this. What cream cheese have you had? Is it just Philadelphia?
The cream cheese like icing on cinnamon rolls is disgusting. I don't like cheesecake. I don't like
what does it taste
like? It just tastes like funky. It's like a funky like glob. What does cream cheese taste like to you?
Glob is not something I know the flavor of. When I say what does it taste like?
You know what I mean? It's like globs of like funky weirdness. I don't like it.
It tastes like it's just like very dairy. I'm if I had the option, if I still was getting
name something with cream cheese in it, because I'm sure
or on it.
Either.
I have bagels with cream. When I have bagels, I always have them with cream cheese or strawberry cream cheese.
Obviously, I'm not doing that.
Cream cheese?
But like,
different, same thing. Is it the texture? Is it the flavor?
No, I eat creamed things all the time.
Okay, you're talking about semen. I'm more talking about food.
No, I just mean like a spread, like avocado toast is like a similar.
Do you like a what is it? Bavarian cream? Is that what it's called?
I like Bavarian cream.
You like Boston? You like Boston cream? I assume you also like. It's the same shit. Do you like?
Yeah.
Do you like cannoli?
No, not really.
Why?
That's like ricotta too, right?
I like it.
I'm pretty sure cannoli is filled with like a sweet ricotta filling,
I think it's
but
delicious.
I still don't like it.
I think it's delicious.
The closest, okay.
Eclair.
Yeah, but has nothing with cream cheese. Do you want me to? I have the kryptonite. Okay, I'm being a little hard because I do know the one thing that I'd like, and I'm purposefully not telling it to you. There's one thing that's kind of a cream cheese thing that I like.
Is it like the pumpkin pies with the cream cheese on the top? No.
Tiramisu. It's technically mascarpone, which is a creamed cheese, so it's not like the cream cheese you're thinking of, but it is kind of just essentially a different type of cream cheese. But I love tiramisu. But that's the only thing that really is the exception that I can think of, at least.
I always forget that you're kind of picky with your food.
I love food. I love food.
But you love food that you love.
I'm very picky about it. Yeah, exactly.
Mm. And for some reason,
it was
I always
also weird.
that.
I remember distinctly very much. Okay, I gotta tell you, you've ruined something for me. Not ruined, but like the whole like look at him, he's switching his sauces shit has not left my fucking mind since we went to Cane's. Every time I go to Cane's, I think about you saying like, look at that fucker switching his sauces.
I don't remember saying that. What did I?
No, you were talking to Brian. Remember how I was eating Cane's in the hood of your car in the parking lot of whatever supermarket that was.
I was chucking shit at you. I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like dipping some shit in the cane sauce and eating it, and then dipping it in the ketchup and eating it.
Oh,
and you were talking to, I think it was Brian, and you're like, look at that.
I do remember.
Look at that guy switching his sauces.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Why is it weird?
So
every time I go to Cane's and I'm eating, I'm like, fucking, I literally, every single time I eat at Cane's, I'm like, fucking Ben making fun of me for how I eat sauces.
I'm gonna give you two reasons. One, I don't think those flavors meld specifically.
It's ketchup is literally in cane sauce. It is literally an ingredient in the cane sauce.
I agree with you, but cane sauce tastes different enough from ketchup that I don't think those. I maybe I'm wrong. I did not think those flavors meld. Actually, 3 reasons. Second reason,
I'm also not mixing it up. I'm like eating some of it and then going to the next sauce.
Second thing is if you're going to have Raising Cane's and you have the option of getting ketchup and you say yes, you're making a mistake. You should just have the cane sauce.
Cane sauce, here's the thing. I like the way cane sauce tastes. I know it's all just mayo and it grosses me out. So I need to like eat it sparingly.
But third thing, it was just funny to make fun of you, and they were laughing.
I know, literally, I know. I don't think there's not a bone in my body that thinks like Ben was really upset or bothered by me with that. In fact, I knew that you probably forgot about it entirely.
Yep, I did.
But for me, every time I was eating cane, that motherfucker was getting at me for doing this.
Has it changed your behavior?
No, not at all. It just makes me upset. It's just I have a worse time eating the food I would normally otherwise eat.
Let's talk about this. I remember when you set Ethan up to make fun of me for having bad movie takes. You said, "Oh yeah, maybe Ben doesn't like Hereditary," and then Ethan said that
no. I just knew that you didn't like Hereditary, and I knew that's like one of Ethan and I's favorite movies. So I was more so just being like, "Look at this guy; he doesn't like our favorite movie." It wasn't like you have. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could just not be remembering it correctly. I don't think I was coming from a perspective of like this guy like hates great movies. I think it was more just like this is the one movie.
There was 2 guys in the call saying Hereditary is the best movie ever, and one guy in the call saying I don't really care for Hereditary. Ethan immediately was like, "Oh, why didn't you like it?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just couldn't I just didn't jive with it." And my reasoning was kind of like baseless. Like I just didn't really like the movie. It wasn't really. I said it was because the kid died and like the guy didn't feel realistic. But looking back, I don't fucking even believe that. Frankly, I think that was just one of the reasons why I thought it was dumb. I just did not jive with the movie, and it has nothing to do with the movie really. I think it was cinematically gorgeous and it looked great and it was shot awesome. The colors that they used in shit was very immersive. I just did not like the movie. And it's just not my kind of movie.
Okay.
But what I said when I had when we disagreed, when Ethan was like, "Oh yeah, you're wrong about that. You're wrong about the Hereditary, yada yada yada." He said something, and I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably wrong." And he was like, "All right, Joe Biden," or something like that. He said that I had like a very floundery. He was trying to say that I had a very like floundery response.
Yeah,
I think about that every day. I think about that every day. I'm like, I never want to have a floundery response again because I don't want to be called fucking Joe Biden. Which it was funny as hell though. It was very funny.
Always be taking hard stances on everything.
That was a genuine moment in my life because I never really talked to Ethan, like maybe once or twice before that. I thought he hated me that moment. I was like, "Oh, these bits are not bits." These are real. He genuinely feels
No,
this way.
he's a real guy, and he's one of my best friends I've ever known in my entire life. But he is also one of the biggest assholes I've ever met.
Yeah.
In my entire life.
That was in overtime. That's kind of what I was like.
I swear I love him. Like, I mean,
less than me.
If he ever listens to this, because he does watch through this shit, fuck you. But I love that guy with every fiber of my being. But there are some nights that I just go to sleep and, just cry, fantasize about him getting flattened by a dump truck.
Yeah, I can. Is he an only child, or does he have like an older sister or something like that?
He has an older brother.
Gives big, like, I'm a little shit energy, but like knows how to push the buttons, Maybe. Because I have a little brother and he knows how to push my buttons. And Alexis is the youngest sibling, and she knows how to push my buttons. So it is just like a younger sibling has like an older sibling that they can easily piss off.
I'm not going to comment on that with him specifically. I think that's where the buck stops. I think he knows what I means. If he ever heard like, love you, sometimes I hate you, but I love you. That's kind of where that ends. I'm not going to like dig deeper on.
I'm just saying he has little shit energy. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying he has little shit energy for sure. I love him. He's honestly, every time I have him on, in more than one occasion, I've had someone be like, yeah, he like made the episode. So I can't, no.
Yeah, no, I love him when he comes on. He's incredibly funny.
And I think it was the one, I don't know why we're going down an Ethan rabbit hole, but there was the night that they were, what the fuck are their names? The Wings brothers. It was the night that they were the Wings brothers.
That's the funniest shit in the world to me. Yeah. I'm like, honestly, if I'm salty about anything, it's that those episodes do terrible, because I think it's the funniest things that we do.
Yeah, well, they came on and they were immediately like laying into me, like they always do. But it's funny.
It's in character.
The guy with health problems. Yeah, I get it. It's easy. And it is funny. It is funny. Like the GERD thing or whatever is funny.
Or whatever. He says as he's dying behind his smile. He's like, don't let this happen right now.
And I was like, and I was immediately put off a little bit because I think other Ben had, like, he called me ugly, like in character. I was like, well, that wasn't nice. And my little baby brain was like, that wasn't nice, for a second. And then afterwards we were talking and he just seemed like an actually just really, really nice guy. And I was like, why did I get like remotely personally offended for the fraction of a second I did? But Ethan also was like cracking up a storm when we were just chatting. So
good guys.
It's an act. They're not all, well,
sometimes it's not.
That's why I stopped. Yeah, I feel like he came on as Marsha and he just spoke his mind.
I honestly, that was so long ago, I forgot what that episode even.
Is she still alive, you think, Marsha?
Maybe she's probably been in jail from the insurrection.
Oh, I hope
they probably got her. That's my bet.
I don't want to write a bit for this, but my hope following this would be next episode, Ethan joins as Marsha, and he has like, he would never do this, but he has like the telephone, like, oh, this is a call from a prison. And then it's like beep, and then it's just Marsha talking for like only 20 minutes, and then it has like you only have 2 minutes left. You know what I'm talking about? That should be funny.
I know what you're talking about. It's a fun idea.
Yeah, but it'll never happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, but Marsha, we fucked, and it was great.
Was it worth?
Maybe. Wait, when was January 6th? Was that 2021? Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah. January of 2021.
It's crazy how long ago that was, because we started this podcast in May of 2022.
Bro, can you believe COVID's half a decade ago now?
Damn.
Half a decade since COVID.
I was talking about COVID with my brother today.
I still feel like I'm the same person. It's funny. I feel like when I was like starting at 16 years old, I mean, I'm sure all the years before that too, but like distinctly, I had like an awareness of who I was at 16 years old. And I feel like every year after that, I felt like a different person. I felt like I grew as a person substantially enough to where I'm like, I would look back at the year before and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? It's so dumb. What the fuck? All the way up until kind of like a year after COVID. So like 2022. these past 2 years, maybe this is just being an adult because I don't feel that way anymore. I look back at myself last year and I'm like, yeah. I feel like that times hasn't flown by that much. Time's flown by too quickly, I guess is the point. I feel like it's the same.
I agree.
Thing.
I fully agree. So I had friends that did not really take COVID seriously because they didn't have anybody in their family or close to them that were high risk.
Bro, my grandparents are, one of them has, this is my dad's side. One of them has cancer. The other one has all sorts of medical problems. And they both got COVID 4 times that year, and they survived. They're still alive.
That is insane.
Freaking the fuck out. There was like no vaccine, no anything. They're like in their 70s, like all sorts of immune compromise. They got it 4 times in a year and survived. It was insane.
Yeah, that's absolutely fucking insane. I had friends that did not take COVID seriously, and it freaked me out. And I didn't want to go anywhere. My luck for me. My family has 2 people that are high risk. Alexis's family has 3 people that are high risk, and it was scary. It was scary. And I had friends were just going out to like fucking bars without masks on and shit. I was freaking the fuck out. And I was telling my brother about this morning. And it was so mind blowing to me. And everybody has like that, like I feel like has a person or people around them that were just not taking that shit seriously at all. And do you remember the video? It was of a girl going like, "We're just gonna keep partying," And I think like H3 reacted to it or something like that back in the day, like when COVID first, when beta 1.0 dropped for COVID. H3 reacted to like it was one girl and she like apologized for it later and then like retracted her apology or some shit. And it was just, that was like the whole meme. It was like, COVID's not going to stop us in spring break. And then it was a fucking worldwide pandemic.
People still feel that way at this point.
That's what and I'll just say it. So Alexis and I's second anniversary was the day of lockdown. And we had all these plans. We were gonna go to an Airbnb. We had all these plans like all lined up for a week. We were gonna bump some uglies. And dude, things were getting canceled on us. And we were like, we're still gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna go to New Jersey. And then I told myself, I was like, you
were not to take the train.
No, I was gonna drive.
Okay.
And I was like, if 1,000 people in the United States get COVID, I am going to cancel these plans I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to cancel these plans. And that the day before lockdown, 1,000 people got it, and I was like, well, this sucks. And then the next day was lockdown. And then the next day after that, I got Animal Crossing. It was all good from there. But I got COVID. I got COVID 3 years late.
I got COVID before there was a vaccine for it, and it sucked.
Yep. I got COVID after there was a vaccine for it when I was fucking trying to drive to move. Remember that? That shit sucked ass.
Oh, yeah.
I had to drive 9 hours with COVID. It ended up to me more like 12 hours because I had to stop a bunch of times. But
yeah,
you want to spread COVID misinformation?
Yeah. I personally, I was funny enough. I was talking about COVID lockdown the other day with a coworker. So in Arizona, right, at the time, the governor was Doug Ducey, and it was a right-leaning state. Mm-hmm. Now it's like more left-leaning. We'll see where we're at in a week.
Yeah,
we'll see where we're at on Wednesday, fellas. Either way, so they were like shutting down a bunch of normal stuff. Like everything shut down. And then after about like 2 to 3 weeks, the governor was like, we got to reopen everything. So then, they were pushing the reopen stuff, but some stuff they couldn't. Mm-hmm. So like at the time, I had my wisdom teeth were coming in.
Uh-oh.
And they would not let me get them removed. It fucked up my teeth. I had to I had to wait a year. It was like I had like teeth literally like going like this because they would not let me get it removed. It was not an emergency surgery. And I had to get Invisalign for a year or two after that because my teeth got all fucked up from it. So like stuff like that, like I couldn't go do. And I remember like 3 weeks into lockdown, I went to the grocery store, the Safeway, and there was just a big sign. I have a picture of this somewhere. There's a big sign and it just said, "The buffet is back." It said like something like guys, the buffet is back. And I remember like I couldn't go to a dentist to get my teeth fixed, and they were literally falling out of my fucking head. And for me to go into the grocery store and see like, but we can have a buffet and we can all pig out together. It was just like the weirdest possible thing. That to me was the thing with COVID. Like I believed in the, vaccines, like wearing masks in certain places for a period of time to like prevent spread and whatnot. Some of it was a little ridiculous. Like I took a flight and we all had to wear our masks, and then we all took off our masks to eat a bunch of food and pass trash around and then put them back on. I thought that was dumb. I thought at that point, if you're already taking your masks off, just keep them on. Yeah, exactly. But like, I just remember just how inconsistent it was. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't like go to certain offices to get like certain work done, but like I could go to the gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I could go to like a random like event out with a bunch of people, but I couldn't like, I don't know, go do like a normal function of society. It was just weird.
It was a weird time. It was a very weird time, dude. And Animal Crossing saved me.
It was the most productive year of my life. Have I ever said that on the?
I'm not sure, but it was a good year for me because I didn't get COVID, and I also got permanent. I got a full-time job at the job I was working. Finally, after working temp for 3 or 4 years.
So during COVID, I was working for Ring, doing customer service shit, and then eventually the promotion of the fucking account logistics stuff. So I was not on the phone, and I was working from home. And it was so busy around that time that they just always had overtime. So I worked 12-hour shifts every day, 12 hours every single day, and I started a side business, my VHS transfer business, and doing freelancing work. I paid off $30,000 worth of debt that all my car. I bought my car in full that year. So I had bought my car on financing. I paid it off in full that year. I paid off like 2 of my 4 student loans that year, like 30 grand worth of debt. And I went to the gym every single night. So I would work for 12 hours and then I'd go to the gym for 2 hours. And then I would eat healthy and go to sleep and wake up and do it again. And you would think that that'd be depressing, but I was fucking compared to like where I'm at now, I was jacked. It was fucking insane. I was productive on a whole other level. But again, it was like I couldn't go out and do anything. I had like no incentive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was essentially like either I can sit in here all day and do nothing, like literally just watch TV shows, or I could like be productive. And I chose to be productive, and it was the best decision I ever made. I wish we had another lockdown because I cannot force myself to be that productive again.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You're going to Raising Cane's 5 days a week. I totally get that. I totally get that. I don't remember being so
It looks like
productive.
you're holding up like this because of your leg.
I don't remember being, that looks crazy. I don't remember being so productive. I do remember playing a lot of Animal Crossing. I keep saying it, but I was playing a fuck ton of Animal Crossing for like until June or
but it was funny too, because I would play games while I was working from home because I really didn't give that much of a shit about my job. I would like listen through calls and like do these reports or whatever, and then I would just grind out shit on like GTA or some game, and then I would go like the VHS transfer business was awesome too because like I'd let the tapes run. So after work, I'd go drive around, like picking up all these tapes for people. And while I'm working, I would just feed it into the machine and then play games and then do it was like I was playing games and doing 2 jobs at once. It was insane.
Yeah. So
I did that every day for like a year and a half. It was crazy.
When it's dead season, so I'm burnt out from like all of my extracurricular shit, whatever you want to call it. Like I have a YouTube video for my personal channel I really should be working on. Don't really feel like it. The podcast stuff I really should be working on. Don't feel like doing it because work is now, it went from being 2 hours of work today to 8 to 9 hours of work a day.
why they pay you.
Which I'm very privileged, to only work 8 or 9 hours a day. My mom took a job and now in retirement is now working 12 to 14 hours a day. So I'm very privileged to be in the position I'm in. But I have no interest in spending time being constructive when I'm already being constructive 9 hours that day. And also working from home does not help my level of exhaustion. And I don't really care to go to a gym. So I'm kind of fucking myself in every regard. But when it is busy season, I am locked in and I'm just doing the thing. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck doing the thing. But I cannot wait. Got another few weeks, of
Does it end before the year's over?
Yeah, it ends right before Thanksgiving, but it slows down before then. So it's hopefully
you're almost done.
This week will be slower. Yeah, hopefully this week will be slower. I can get some shit done that I've been wanting to get done. Maybe I can get a personal YouTube video out before the end of the year. Probably not.
Two bed pack videos in a
1 year. I know. Dude, when I did Finna Fortnite 1 and 2, that was within a month of one another. But I was also clipping everything, even if it wasn't funny. Like I would just clip like a win in Fortnite, but now I don't, I clip very specific pieces and whatever. But now I release a video once every 2 or so years. So we'll see. But yeah, I have a lot of shit that I have to get done, and I just can't do it because I'm either working or playing. Well, I just finished Paper Mario, but I'm playing a game, just to like let my brain chill. Because insurance is no fun.
I like the idea that I messaged you on Discord earlier too, where it's like, let's just finish these podcasts that we're doing, and then like New Year's Eve, like we can work on stuff if we want to, but no pressure. But like when 2025 hits, let's really lock in, crank out season 2. And then I want to kind of think through season 3. Like I feel like season 2, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be putting this on here. I feel like, I don't know. I want to think through it more, I guess is the point,
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But yeah, I'm not being productive, and I'm okay with not being productive because
it's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I feel bad about it, but like not really. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I feel better when I'm productive. Like when I have like a solid few hours of like really accomplishing shit, I feel like the rest of my day I feel like is so much better because I feel like proud of myself and I can just let myself enjoy things. So like I don't have that now, and I like kind of don't care because I'm having fun and it's the time of year where I want to be going out and doing stuff. The weather right now in Arizona is why you live here. This is the reason why people live here.
It's for this time 75 degrees, not even 70 degrees.
72 degrees outside right now. Gorgeous. But it's you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like I got some travel plans, I got family stuff going on.
This
I want to be going out and doing
with 218 subscribers is not going to get in the way of you living your life and doing your shit.
You get what I mean about feeling productive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to feel like I'm accomplishing something and working towards some kind of goal. So
I get it. But hey, that's where we're in the podcast. That's a good point. Hey,
my hands numb.
We're working on season 2. Still going to be working on season 2 for a while. Going to try to get on a pseudo regular schedule potentially.
How cold is it out in Cleveland? Can you do this with your hand?
It says 63 tomorrow. 7% warmer.
That's a high.
7 degrees warmer than today. Yeah, I think it's the high. Yeah,
my hands just flew off.
63 high 63, low 53 today. All right. So let's end this bitch. Have anything you want to say?
Don't vote.
Yeah, don't vote that shit, bro.
Oh, we'll have we don't know the outcome of the election. When this
so
goes up.
also endorse the
should
candidate.
Should we record 2 different endings in case, like by the time, like, so we can predict, we can fake predict?
Yeah. When is that release? When does that update drop?
Oh, Wednesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday is election day.
Okay,
so as long as this gets uploaded after Tuesday or Wednesday,
Can you believe that Donald Trump won the election?
Whatever you wanted. That's how we feel about Donald Trump being president.
Yes.
But he's president now. Can't take backsies.
We all agree.
We know for a fact this was recorded. Here, you can see it on my phone. We recorded this on November 2nd. You can see it right there, and we're predicting Donald Trump is going to be the president.
That's crazy. So. And we also both agree.
Should have put money on it.
Agree with Hinchcliffe. So just leaving that there.
Yeah, we hate Donald Trump, but agree with him on Puerto Ricans.
That's what I was trying to say too.
We're pro Kamala, but we kind of wish we kicked those Puerto Ricans back out.
Get them going.
Yeah.
Hopefully Kamala.
It's not like it's an American territory or anything.
Hopefully Kamala wins, so we don't have to use that cut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good job. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Zach.